This program is brought to you in part by SalCal Real Estate Connections. Yes, welcome to round 2 of the Lime Rock Park Vintage Festival, as we're going to cover some real great cars today. And this car we're going to cover right now is very special, as it is one of the cars that actually Enzo Ferrari, when he started racing, actually raced this car. And believe me, it's got a history like you wouldn't believe. And yes, we come across two very famous cars. And Peter Greenfield, you are the man. Let me tell you, what's the history of these cars? And I know you know it.
Well, these cars were back in the 30s. Enzo Ferrari ran the Alfa race team, and these were cars that belonged to him. And he ran it till the end of the 30s, before the war. Yeah.
Of course, he went on his own.
Yeah, after the war, he went out on his own. Yeah.
Yeah, it was special, and I used to love to come here and watch you race the Peter Giddings.
Yes. Yeah,
Of course, unfortunately, he's passed away, but you're going to carry on the tradition.
Yes, Peter and I were good friends, and we had a great time racing, and I miss him. He was always.
We all do.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, he was a fixture here.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Tell me, where do you call home now, Peter?
I'm in Freeport, New York,
Oh,
on Long Island. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, wow. Yeah. Lately, you've been getting some rain out there, huh?
Yeah, we got some serious rain. What was it, Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday night, I guess it was, Thursday. Yeah.
Oh, you've been going to many events?
I do what I can, I'm busy. This is the highlight of the year, this particular event. It's my home track.
My favorite event, without any doubt.
Yeah, I've been coming. My first came here in 1976 for my driving school. And I've been coming back every year since.
Well, you're a lucky man to be driving these two cars.
I am.
We can't wait to see you out in the racetrack, but I know from the smile on your face, you're certainly going to have a good time.
I will. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, buddy, and good luck today. Okay. And I hope I see you here till you're 100. Thanks a lot.
I'm only 79.
Okay. And yes, Peter sure made that Alfa sing as he raced around this racetrack. I just can't get over how good that car runs and how fast it is. I mean, you got to see this thing in person. It's special, let me tell you. He is just one outstanding person and driver. Yes, we got Rex Barris in this very interesting number 66. I didn't know a clue about this car, but I think you do.
Yes, I do. It was a car that raced at Indianapolis. Was the first successful Ford V8 to run at Indianapolis. It finished 13th in 1934 at the 500.
13th.
Yeah, yes. Yep. It failed to qualify in 1933, and in 1934 it got a new engine and it qualified on the 28th row with an average speed of 108 miles an hour.
Wow. Who built this car?
It was built by Doc Williams in a kind of a backyard thing in Chicago. It's a junk Formula Indy car based essentially on a stock chassis for a Ford at the time with a stock Ford V8 in it and modified from there.
Wow, I am totally impressed. Now, driving this car, I mean, it's got to be pretty good, huh?
It's a handful.
Yeah.
There's no power anything. It takes a lot of energy, and it kind of goes where it wants to go. And it's, I think, the thing that keeps us all racing with any kind of equality is all of us have terrible brakes, terrible handling, and so forth like that.
Well, I mean, to be true to that era, that's what it was, and I'm just impressed at that Group 1 success.
Yeah, Group 1 is out where I'm from in Chicago area. It's one of the few places in the country where Group 1 is actually growing. We've got some young people involved in it, and our class of Group 1 has grown all the way up. The last event we ran at Road America in July, we had 26 entrants in Group 1.
I'm going to tell you a story about Road America.
Okay.
I drove my son's car there, a Datsun S2000.
Oh, yeah.
How you guys remember where the hell you are on that racetrack is beyond me.
Well, this is my home track, and I will be the first one to admit when I started racing there in 2000, right around 2000, it took me 3 years to not be scared to death of the track because it's so fast and so big. Yeah.
I did one lap as well. How long is it? 4 miles?
4 miles, yeah.
Wow.
But it's a spectacular facility. It gets better every year. They keep improving it. It's quite a place to go racing.
Yeah, we'll have to get back out there, really. I mean, I love that out there. And back then, vintage racing wasn't that well known as it is today.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, vintage racing. They had a premier event at Road America back then. The Ferrari local Ferrari dealer sponsored it, and they were actually doing it probably starting in the 80s sometime. I wasn't involved other than as a spectator then, but it's grown all over the country. Yeah.
Oh yeah, let me tell you, and it's going to get bigger.
Yeah, we've raced this car since. Actually, the funny thing is, I'm from Chicago, but the first time we ever raced this was at Lime Rock in 2003, and we've raced all over the country since, California and everywhere else. So
we've been coming here. Let me tell you, for 15 years.
Yeah,
we love this event.
Yeah, it's a wonderful event. Great track, great people, wonderful cars show up. That's what drags us out here all this way.
I know. Well, I want to thank you for having a word with us. We're going to get some pictures of you out there at the racetrack, and hopefully you're going to have some fun.
I will. I'll have some great fun.
Thank you. You're excellent.
You very much.
Take care, Rex. And yes, when you come up to Lime Rock, you see some very special cars, and believe me, this one here is just one example. You just never know what you're going to see up here, and believe me, it is special. And yes, the apple didn't fall far from the tree, as Bill Holman's driving his father's car here, this absolutely gorgeous Stutz, has got a racing history like you will not believe. And believe me, he certainly knows how to bring this car around this racetrack. He is no stranger to racing, and the family now is just between him and his brother George, and of course grandson Kyle. They're certainly having a great time, and we're certainly glad they're here. And yes, we got the brother act, Bill and George, and you're driving this beautiful number 87. Tell me about this car.
Yeah, it's a 1929 Stutz. It's a call it a Stutz Pikes Peak Special, and it was built as a tribute to a car that raced at Pikes Peak back in the day. It's got a straight 8 4900cc engine with a single overhead cam, and we've got 4 SU carburetors on it.
Now this got to be a very rare car. Am I thinking right?
Yeah, it is. This particular one is a one of a kind. Yeah.
One of a kind.
Yep.
Your father, I'll tell you what a great guy he is. Every time I come, I can't wait to see him.
Yep. My brother and I kind of won the lottery with being born into the right family.
You got that right. Driving this car, and then George driving the number 131.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. That's a very similar car to this, but it's a straight 8 with a double overhead cam, so it's a DV32 motor, and this has got the SV, but the 131's got 4 Winfield carburetors, so we're very good.
At the dinner table, does it get kind of interesting between who's got the faster car?
Oh, I got the faster car.
Okay. What do you say to that, Bill?
You know what? He might have the faster car. I took this one. I took the slower car for this time.
Okay. I just checking, you know.
Well, I did a faster time in that car before, so yeah.
I mean, both cars is just absolutely gorgeous, I'll tell you.
Yeah, they're great fun to drive. They're really big. You have to hustle them around. You're really working hard, but it's a lot of fun coming out of the corners.
Now, where are you guys from? Where's home base?
We're just outside of Springfield, Massachusetts.
Oh, is that right, Bill, too?
Yes, yep.
And now I heard the grandson's going to be driving a sprint car, huh?
Hopefully, yeah. He's a really good driver, and we've been working on the car for quite a few days, having the engine in and out 3 times. So if we get it running, he'll be driving it.
I remember Dad driving that car, I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah.
He had some fun with that car.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that. It wasn't really meant for a road course, but we've got a lot of fun with it.
I can't wait to see both of you out in that racetrack because I know these cars are good cars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're very good. Hopefully, we'll keep driving them on the trailer.
Good luck today,
Right.
George, Bill. Good luck. And I know with that smile, you're certainly going to have some fun.
Yep, we will.
Okay, buddy. Thank you. Have fun. And yes, Tony Capizano, we got a hot car here today. Tell me about this car.
Well, thanks for stopping by. It's a 1993 Raynard 93H Formula Atlantic. It's the last year that Raynard made Formula Atlantics, the result of a lot of wind tunnel testing, a lot of development they had done previous to that. As you know, Raynard built a lot of racing cars, mostly Indy cars, Formula Fords, and mostly open wheel cars.
Now, what group you in today, Tony?
I'm in Group 4, where we're running with other Formula cars and other cars like this Chevron behind me. It's some of the sports racing cars.
Now, this is a far cry from the Corvette, buddy.
Well, those were great days, and I hope to relive those again with Jim Glass and his great team. We were talking yesterday, and it looks like I may be able to get into some of the Corvettes with him. Had a lot of fun with that.
Let me tell you, you knew how to bring them cars around this place, believe me.
Well, thank you so much. You know, it's a big difference from driving this. I mean, going from this, getting into a Corvette's like getting into a big truck with a lot of horsepower, but they're so much fun to drive, and they're set up very well by Jim and his team.
How long have you been racing this car?
This car I've had for about 18 years, and been racing since 1978, a lot of years.
Yeah. Well, we always look forward to see you out here. You do a great job, buddy.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
And we're going to stop and see Jim with the Corvettes, and I hope to catch you out there with one of them.
Great. I'd love to be out there.
Jim, good luck today, and thank you. And as usual, you're right on your game.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Yes, let me tell you, Tony made this car sing. I can't get over how he went around this lime rock track, and the car is just absolutely beautiful. Ready? And yes, we got Ralph Solomon with this beautiful number 88. I'm not sure what it is, but I think you do.
You have a fair idea. It's a 1963 Bobsy, B-O-B-S-Y. It's the only American car of this whole group we have here. It was built in Ohio by a guy named Jerry Mong. And this is the prototype for the second model. And this particular car was driven by a guy named Chuck Dietrich, who was a great SCCA driver, drove a lot of cars, and he drove this particular car to the national championship in 1963.
Oh, wow.
So it's got a great history.
Now, what kind of motors does it have?
It's got a Ford 1600.
Okay.
This car has ridden with everything from a Saab V4 to a twin cam, like a Lotus twin cam. You can put anything in this car.
Now, tell me, have you been here before, Ralph?
I've been here many, many, many times. Yeah. This will be my first historic festival in this car.
Now, did you restore this car?
No, it was like it is now. I mean, we had to do work to get it to run better. But other than that, no, this was as it is.
Now, tell me, where do you call home?
I'm from Katona, New York, Westchester County.
Yeah, I know the area. IBM area, right?
Yes, well, it was. They moved out.
Yeah.
It's tough. It was a tough hit on the tax base when they left, and Pepsi too.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I can't wait to see you out in that racetrack. And judging by the smile on your face, I know you're certainly going to have a good time.
Oh, I am absolutely going to have a good time. This car feels like we were made for each other.
Absolutely. Good luck today, Ralph.
Thank you very much.
And we can't wait. Tom, we're out here having fun. Tell me about this car. I've never seen it.
It's a 1964 Triumph Spitfire, 1300 cc's. It's got a Jim Coleman engine. It's about as well developed a race car as you can get. It's been a race car for me for 6 years, but it's been a race car for almost all of its life.
What group you in?
I'm in Group 7 today. Normally I would run Group 3 or Group 1 in SVRA.
You're in good company.
I'm in some very fast company and some very good company.
Yeah, I know. Tell me, whatever happened to the Datsun?
I actually tried to find the Datsun, but it got to be a complicated car. I loved it, but at some point I went away. I went into the SCCA for 20 years, and the Datsun went away.
Yeah, okay. Hey, you know what? It's all about having fun.
If I could find it, I'd buy it back. But yes, it's all about the fun and the people.
Absolutely. I mean, this is our favorite event of the year, and I can't tell you how good it is to feel just to come here.
I live in Florida now. I always consider this my home track. I'm delighted to be back home with my friends. I got a whole crowd showing up today, tomorrow to say hello. Yes, I agree. Wonderful place, best track in the world.
Well, I can't wait to see you out in that racetrack. I know you're going to have fun, but judging by that smile, I know you are definitely going to have fun.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Thank you
buddy.
very much.
Thank you, and always a great pleasure. Take care. Nice seeing you, buddy. We have Tom Grudovich with this beautiful Janetta number 94. Now tell me, how long have you been with this car, Tom?
I've had this car now for probably close to 10 years. Actually, when I bought it, the person I bought it from got it from him at a good price because he needed to sell. And I told my wife, who's here, that, you know what, we'll clean it up and run it for a season and then sell it. Yeah. Well, that was 10 years ago. It's too much fun to drive. I can't get rid of it.
The hook was set.
Sorry?
The hook was set.
Oh, the hook was set, to say the least.
Now, where are you from, Tom?
I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida, and we just love coming up here for the historic festival because there's so many great cars that come out.
Oh, boy, the history here is deep, let me tell you.
It certainly is.
And now, where did you get your license for vintage?
Well, I started with VSCCA, the Vintage Sports Car Club of America, and initially went to their school and got my license, and then went to Skip Barber Racing School and have memberships with SVRA, VRG, and some of the other clubs, so it's been interesting.
Let me tell you, it's my favorite event of the year. Well, I won't even bother watching the pros. I love this.
I agree. I think the vintage is exciting, and if you're a spectator, you get to come down and get up close and personal with the cars and the drivers and learn about the history of the cars, which to me is almost as much fun as driving.
It's like being a kid in a candy store.
Yeah, that's for sure. No question about it.
Well, we can't wait to see you out in the racetrack. We're going to take some video of you, and hopefully, you know, you'll do good today. But I know by that smile on your face, you are certainly going to have a good time.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Look forward to it.
Absolutely, buddy. I want to thank you for your interview and hope to see you out in that racetrack.
Thanks for stopping by.
Take care, buddy. You were excellent. Thank you. And yes, we got Michael Orris with this beautiful number 82. I'm not sure what it is, but I think you know, Mike.
I know. So it's a Ginetta, Ginetta, a Ginetta G4. That's the model. 1961. And this car happens to be probably the oldest Ginetta still on four wheels.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's the first of this series. There was some changes in the other Ginettas about down the way and back of me, but mine is the earliest version.
Yeah. Now, is this the first time you're at Lime Rock?
No, I've been here probably 10 times, 15 times.
Yeah. So you've been racing a while.
I've been racing since 2007.
Where do we call home?
I live in Maryland, in southern Maryland, a little town called Lusby, and you know, I drive up here. It's a day's drive.
Yep.
Nice. I love it up here.
Yeah, we love Lime Rock, I'll tell you.
One of my favorite venues.
The history here is just beyond belief.
Yeah, and this event is so, you know, we get such a collection of wonderful cars.
Yeah.
And drivers from all over. So I love coming up here.
Now, what group are you in today, Mike?
So I'm in Group 7, which is more or less sports racers with a few production cars tossed in.
You're in good company.
Oh, fast company.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Fast company. Yeah. I mean, there's two other guys racing more or less identical cars to me right here under this tent. And if I can come in second, I'd be happy.
You'll be happy about it, right?
Fast guys.
Very good, buddy. Well, we can't wait to catch some footage of you out in the racetrack.
Me too.
And I know you're going to do well, but I know that smile on your face tells me you're certainly going to have some fun.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, buddy. Thank you. You were great. And yes, as we take one last parting shot of this famous Alfa Romeo, I want to tell you thank you for watching the show tonight, and tune in next week for your next episode of Racing Action Today.